Dozens of families gathered today at the Lincoln Neighborhood Service Center for a community health fair. The event was hosted by the Bethel AME Church Health is Life Ministry and focused on both wellness and history. The event provided free health resources to the community while also celebrating the life and legacy of Jackie Robinson on his birthday. Organizer Linda Walden says the goal is to promote health and disease prevention. Healthcare vendors lined the room offering free screenings and resources for cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes, dental care, and weight management. Walden, who is also Jackie Robinson's cousin, says many of the resources available at the fair address the same health issues that he faced.
He died at an early age of 53. He didn't have to die, but he went through so much stress. And stress kills. Jackie died from hypertension and diabetes, and he was partially blind. Some of these diseases are silent killers. If they're not diagnosed early on, many people will die at an early age because they did not get screened.
She adds the day was also a celebration of the Cairo native's birthday and a way to ensure future generations know that great things can come from small towns.